We will be cleaning the Glock Model 23, and let's make sure the gun has got no ammunition in it. Release the magazine. Make sure there's no chamber, there is no round in the chamber. There you can see the model number of the Glock. Okay, what we're going to do is remove the slide action, and we do that by pulling it back here and pulling those pins back and pull the trigger, and the slide action will come apart. You'll notice that we also have a spring right here, which we will remove. Put that to the side. Then we have the barrel. We'll take that to the side, and we'll put the slide on the slide action aside for now. First thing we're going to do is take our cleaning rod, and we're going to put a nylon brush, barrel brush, on there so we can get into the barrel to clean any residue from yesterday's shooting. I'm using Hoppy's gun bore cleaner. Very good. I will dip into the gun bore cleaner with my brush, and then I will run the bore cleaner and the brush through the barrel and back again. I will do it several times to assure that any residue in there or any filings will be removed. Once I've done that, I'll remove that and take out my other bore cleaner, which will run through there. Well, that's a little tough here, so let's not use that. Let's go back. Let's use the cleaning cloth. We'll put it in here, and then we'll run it through the barrel. And you can see for yourself there's some residue. What we want to do is to run it through the barrel until it comes out clean. In other words, the patch should be white. I normally use 2 at a time. Fold them over, put it back in, push it around back and forth several times. Still have to get it till it comes out white. Oops. Sometimes it doesn't work very easily, so I have to be very careful to get both pieces through here, and then there we go, through the barrel again. And as you can see, it's starting to look a lot better. I think one more run and we should be done with that part of the cleaning. I'm not going to tear down the trigger mechanism or anything like that. I'm just going to give you a basic rundown on a Glock 23, field stripping it, and I'd say that's pretty good. Let's turn this over and use the other side. Claws are cheap. You can buy patches, like for $2, you get like 100 or something like that. Okay, looking better. Now what I want to do is I want to clean around the breech right here to get any, let's see, we get a little solvent on that. Just brush that away so we can get that clean, get the carbon, any filings out of there. Get both sides in here too. Important to keep your pistol clean to assure that you don't have any malfunctions when you're at the range. I'm going to wipe this down now and take a look at it. I like to take my Q-tip once in a while, and I like to go through here, see if there's any dirt that I've missed, and it looks like I might have missed a few here, so let's try to get that good and clean right here. Let's wipe it down again. Let's run the bore brush through there again. Again, I don't use a brass, I use a nylon. It's gentle around the grooves inside the barrel. You won't damage them that way. Okay, so let's take that off. And let's take some patches. Let's go through it again. Very important to keep it operational and clean. We got some more residue over there, you can see that. So let me flip this over and use the other side. Here we go. Glock is one of my favorite pistols. I've had this one for about, close to 50, no, about 18 years. I think this was the first generation or second generation. I paid about $500 for it, and I got 2 magazines, actually 3. One with the gun, and then there was one that came extra. You notice here the magazine is where you load your bullets into the magazine itself. It looks like it could use a little cleaning, and I'm going to go through that. Yeah, that's a little dirty there. Okay, so let's run another cleaning cloth, or I should say some people like to use a bore rope. I think that's okay for what you're going to be doing, but as you can see now, pretty clean, so there's no more need to do that any longer. I would recommend disposing of these claws so that they don't collect any, well, what they refer to as combustion. In other words, if you've got enough rags with chemicals on them, they could combust and cause a problem. So let's go to the next step. Let's look at the slide. Yeah, the slide looks like it needs to be cleaned a little bit here. So again, I'm going to use my little, I'm going to go into the other Hoppy's Power Solvent, just because it has a bigger mouth at the jar. I want to get my brush in there so I can get, not too much, just enough to wet it. And then we're going to scrub the insides over here, and we're going to do the slide, make sure we get all of the carbon out of it. And the firing pin right there. And let's take I use these old garage claws, and they seem to work okay. And I want to make sure I get the carbon or the gunpowder away from the steel, so eventually, so you don't have it getting hard on you. I don't know if you can see that, but That part right there, that's where the firing pin mechanism comes out. Let's see if I can get that a little bit cleaner. I'll use a wire brush, very gently though, and see if we can get some of that carbon buildup. Over the years, if you don't get it right away, it can happen that you end up with a possible malfunction on that. But like I said, I've been using this gun here, this pistol, for about 18 years. It was my choice when I went to police academy back in '84 to attend the police reserve officer training class here in California. At that point I had a 357. I was a Model 19 Trooper Special. Nice gun. Well, that looks pretty good. Feels good. Looks good. I don't think we can do any more on that part. Now I'm going to wipe down the inside with a dry cloth to get any other residue off of there. Make sure we get everything off of that. Make sure it's clean. Once we do that, we can commence to lubricating. Some spots are a little harder to get at, so I use a Q-tip so you can see that carbon buildup right there. So let's see if I can put a little solvent on that, and yeah, let's get that in there. Oh yeah, that shows a little dirt there. Okay, you can see that buildup right there. Okay, let's see if we can wipe it down. I mean, if you want, you can remove the firing pin. There's just a couple of steps to it. Removing it, I use a dental pick. I have been for a number of years here, but let's see if we can take a look at that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I'll come back in just a second.